Watch Tranzeet TV right now.
Mi Harmon ultime comentario 1. Keep watching Tranzeet TV and stay more for premium content. Otra vez, adios.
And they refused to lose any game. That also happened when Ten Hag was almost supposed to be fired each time they tried to get a result. I don't know. Do you think does this show that United probably has better quality than we thought under Ten Hag, or is just Tottenham Hotspur lost at home to Ipswich 2-1. Another team that's been very interesting to I've been paying attention. I don't understand what Postecoglou, he is trying to muzzle his way into EPL with some brand of football that does not work in EPL. Even Pep had to bring physicality into his own game, but Postecoglou has come and gone all blazing, feeling that he will press and attack teams into surrender. And this has not really worked. This Sunday again at home, he tried to do that, and they picked his defense apart. They tried to come back very late into the game, but it was too late. They couldn't rescue any point. I don't know what you have made of Tottenham and what if you saw that game.
Yeah, I saw moments of that game, and what I can say is one step forward, two steps backwards. The only thing consistent about Tottenham Hotspur this season is their inconsistency. You're looking at on the back of an excellent display against a team like Aston Villa in the league last week. I mean, why do you have to lose? It's really annoying. It's really annoying. Tottenham Hotspur, you can't really bank on them. And against Ipswich, this is even their first win, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's their first win of the season. Yes.
Their first win of the season. How do you lose to Ipswich Town and you expect people
and at home?
At home in London, North London, and you expect people to take you seriously?
Postecoglou has said that he always wins a trophy in second season.
It is exactly what I want to say now.
So let's see.
This is the second season. Yeah, we don't know what to expect from him.
Let's see what we're going to expect from him. Another very interesting result was Manchester City at Old Trafford 3-0 against Leicester. Leicester lost their mercurial leader in Vardy, who was injured, and in his place, our African brother, Ayu was slotted in. Ayu, I've never known him as his goal scorer. I knew Leicester was going to struggle with him as their top man. But let's focus on Manchester United. I don't know about you, but we have been at this spot with Manchester United so many times in the last 4 seasons. Once you bring in an interim coach, they tend to get. It happened under Ole before he was made a permanent coach. It happened under Carrick, though eventually they didn't let him to, because they learned their lesson from Ole. Now Peninsula has come in for a few weeks and they refuse to lose any game. That also happened when Ten Hag was almost supposed to be fired each time they tried to get a result. I don't know. Do you think does this show that United probably has better quality than we thought under Ten Hag, or is just one of those new managers bounce? What did you make of that game? What stood out for you for United in that game?
Well, the only thing that stood out for me was the performance of Bruno Fernandes in that game. He actually, played really well, and this season we've had about 11 games so far in the Premier League this season, and Bruno Fernandes has not really had that kind of star-studded performance, and he had to come when Erik ten Hag just left Manchester United. Firstly, I would say I don't think it's the coach that's the problem of Manchester United. I don't think Manchester United have a coaching problem. I think Manchester United have a player problem. Manchester United have players that underperform almost every match day, and sometimes they just pick up form. It's like they do it when they feel like doing it. They don't have players that Manchester United are a team that we know that have players that fight for everything. You look at the likes of Rooney, Van Nistelrooy, Van Persie, Ronaldo. Like, these are players that at Manchester United they're willing to fight for the badge. Well, we don't have those players anymore for Manchester United, and it's a really, really serious concern because you could talk about the fact that Manchester United have just won their last, 3 games. They won Leicester in the cup by 5-0. They won in I've forgotten the other team they beat, and then Leicester again this weekend, winning by 3-0. I honestly not gonna take this result seriously because I feel like these are games that you expect Manchester United to win. But nevertheless, even games where you expect Manchester United to win, they still fumble. In fact, every Manchester United fan is not even comfortable when they see Manchester United leading by 2-0 because you're not even certain if they will actually finish that game when, we have seen games that Manchester United lead by 2-0 and ended up losing it by 3-2. So for me, I'm just waiting for the Amorim era to start. I want to see what he can do. I want to see what he can transform. Over the weekend, when Sporting Lisbon, was playing in the Portuguese league, they were losing by 2-0, and in the second half they fortified, and then things changed for Sporting Lisbon, and they came back by 4-2. I want to see what Amorim can do. He's shown his brilliance, what he can do against EPL managers in the Champions League level against a team like Manchester City. Although you could think they are struggling, but that's actually, for you to put 4 past Manchester City, it's a really, really a big deal. So I want to see what Amorim can do. I want to see if he can change it. He's a young man, just like Eric Ten Hag. He has so much prospect. Can he transform these players? Because that's the basic work to do. You have Rashford, who's underperforming. This is the guy that, showed a lot of potentials, and he's not hit that level. You have Amad Diallo, who has also potentials in the team. You have I think Mason Mount as well, who is a good player on a good day if he's fit. You have, I wanted to mention Anthony, but that one is another player that lacks end product. So you have a lot of talented players in Manchester United. Can you bring the best out of them? What is your tactics? Manchester United don't even have a pattern of football. Under Eric Ten Hag, I cannot sit down comfortably and tell you, oh, this is the pattern of football Eric Ten Hag plays. It's just as if, anyhow we find ourselves, we just take the game as it goes. So I want to see progression with Amorim. I want to see them play a certain style of football, or not merely just play a certain style of football, get good results, because that's what Manchester United have been failing to do. Get good results, because a lot of teams have lost that fear factor against Manchester United. A lot of teams have lost that fear factor, and it's not really good, especially for the fans of Manchester United. So I really want to see what Ruben Amorim will be doing to Manchester United as he resumes his work after the international break.
Yeah, for me, what stood out for me, I told somebody yesterday, anytime I watch football, I watch a team play, one of the things I focus seriously is the midfield, especially the DM, the defensive midfielder of the team tells me what the team is about and what the outcome of that game most likely is going to be. I know strikers score goals, they miss and score, and determines result, but how a team eventually plays is determined by how they organize, especially their midfield. So and that has been a very big problem for United, because each time teams run them over, there's a lot of gap everywhere. He exposed the place of Casemiro for a long time. Then when I'm brought in Ugarte, and in this game, I saw why Ugarte was brought in. He was the breaker. He broke too many games plays for United, and he was anchoring that midfield with Casemiro. Casemiro was doing the marking around him, but they were not far from each other. So it was easy for both of them to sniff off attacks for United. Because one thing I can guarantee you, and I know, is United front players do not have defensive mindset. So they expose their defenders a lot. And when the midfield was that wide open as well, it made it very easy for teams to play against them. But with Ugarte and Casemiro coming together and being a little bit close together and being a pivot in that midfield, it gave United some base to play with. And that's why players like Rashford, when Garnacho came in, and Haaland, we are able to stay up top. And Bruno Fernandes doesn't like to do any defensive work. So he had that freedom to stay up there and cause damage. And that's why they got the result. So if that shows that, sometimes coaching also can be a problem, because I don't know why Ethan had not identified this. You don't have quality players and intelligent players who know how to, move around to help each other in the team. So you need to have that base to help the team to strive on. And this is what Van Nistelrooy has done in the past few weeks. He's been there. Try to make it a little bit more compact and allow your front players who have what it takes, the pace and sometimes the technical skills to hold defenses, and that's how they got this result. So I like you said, Amory has done well in Lisbon. I hope you will see this and understand, know how to help United. I mean, this is a very big club in England, and it's been a long time they've been out of record. So they need to quickly get back to record. And I don't know if he's going to fancy the player that's going to meet there. If he doesn't fancy them, United is another team that has wasted a lot of money. And right now, I'm sure that they've been in a very borderline with FFP. So I don't know how they're going to do to revamp this squad if these players, like you mentioned, are not good enough to continue with Amory. It's going to be a big problem for them. And it might take them maybe 1 or 2 more seasons to be able to invest money into that team anymore, except they want to go into FFP issues.